Good evening, everybody. Oh, shoot, hold on. First, I'd like to start by if you could get you guys to utilize the thumbs up, thumbs down to keep the message in the algorithm to help get to the message to the people who are meant to hear it. I also ask that you guys use your discernment. If it resonates, that's great, but if it doesn't, please don't force it to. Just to take the pieces that fit and leave the rest for what don't. The mystic. The mystic is a part of the self, category representing a stage of consciousness where the go begins to dissolve in favor of a direct connection to the divine or universe. So basically, the mystic doesn't study spirituality; they experience it. Sorry, I'm having to use my tablet. This card often appears when you are moving beyond intellectual understanding and into a space of knowing without needing logical proof. It signifies intuition over intellect, trusting the quiet inner voice. Transcendence, rising above daily drama to see the cosmic big picture. Silence. This card often suggests that the answers that you seek are found in stillness rather than in seeking more information. So the visual symbolism, Kim Cairns uses intellect, ethereal. Oh goodness, hold on a second. Sorry about that. So Kim Crane uses her intricate ethereal line work for this deck, and so when looking at the mystic, is comfortable in the void, the space where everything is possible but nothing is yet formed. The void is the dark around it, the center of the void. The space is where everything is possible but nothing is yet formed, and the shadow side, which is the dark side. Or the void, okay, so the void is I'm assuming the white, and then the shadow side, which would be in the dark. So if the mystic appears in a shadow content, which it did, it can warn of escapism, using spirituality to avoid dealing with the real world or practical responsibilities, which is often called spiritual bypassing. Isolation, you could be somebody who's been isolating yourself instead of putting yourself out in the world with everybody else or interacting with other people. Feeling so connected to the divine that you lose your connection to other people, or confusion, getting lost in the mist and losing your grounding. And then practical application. If we drew it, obviously, let's say it might be an invitation to go within and meditate, not for a specific result, but just to sit in the presence of your own soul, taking that 1 minute to 5 minute time to yourself, which I talk about a lot in these last few readings. Observe synchronicity. Pay attention to meaningful consciousness that happens throughout the day. Trust the mystery. Accept that not everything needs accept that not everything needs an immediate explanation. Okay. And then I pulled the kiss. Sorry, the kiss is often powerful and evocative card that often speaks to the concept of union, but rarely in a superficial way. Given Cran's signature style, this card tends to represent a deep, soulful merging of two forces. So basically, the key theme is the soul connection. This card signifies a moment of profound recognition. It isn't just about physical attraction, it's about two separate energies finding a shared frequency. So, what was it? Gemini's read was about two forces coming together, also, if I remember correctly. It came out where they were walking away, but the outcome was basically a transformed union, Two of Cups. So maybe check out Gemini reading. You might have Gemini in your chart somewhere, Sun, Moon, Rising. So the spark of the creation. In many readings, the kiss represents the exact moment of an idea, like Page of Cups. Exact moment of an idea or a relationship ignites. It is confirmation. It is the bridge between thinking about something and it becoming a living reality, like manifesting the wholeness, because often focuses on alchemy. This card can represent the chemical wedding, the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energies within yourself as well, coming into union with yourself. So, like, the context and the meaning, the new ventures is a sign of a successful handshake or the beginning of a harmonious partnership, personal growth, forgiving a past version of yourself, or finally feeling at one with your current path. Creative projects, a moment where desperate elements of a project finally click together into a cohesive whole. So when the card appears, it usually asks, what two parts of my life are currently trying to merge? Like a particular job position, a relationship, that place where it fits, right? So whether it is in collaboration with another person or a reconciliation of your own internal desires, this card suggests that the friction is over and the harmony has begun. So basically, if you're isolating yourself, stop isolating yourself, open up your heart center and allow something to come in, because this might be a collective who's shut off right now. Get out of the void, stop ruminating yourself. And then we have the sword. So in the wild unknown, the Ace of Swords is a striking card. It's depicted as a single upright sword. Encircled by a white light with a snake wrapped around it. That's in the Ace of Swords. So it represents a moment. Yeah. One moment. Sorry about that. So with the sword as a card of the tool suit, it's representing the razor sharp power of a discernment and the intellect, unlike the Ace of Swords in the tarot, which often signals a new beginning. This archetype focuses on the action of separation, the ability to distinguish truth from illusion. So the sword represents the objective mind. It is the part of the psyche that is capable of cutting ties, setting boundaries, and making cold, hard decisions that the heart might struggle with. It is a symbol of protection, but also the surgical precision required to remove what is no longer serving you. The light side over here, it's clarity, bravery, truth-telling, and the ability to cut through the noise. It represents a period where you're seeing things exactly as they are, without the filter of sentimentality, sentimency. Anyhow, I'm going to make a Geminese dictionary. So the shadow side, it's cruelty, coldness. This is the shadow side. This is the light side. So coldness, or using words as weapons. When the sword is out of balance, it can lead to over-intellectualizing or cutting things away too hastily, leaving a trail of unnecessary damage. So the themes to consider is like decisiveness. Are you hesitating on the choice that requires a clean break? Merging the two energies, perhaps maybe you're debating something like the Seven of Pentacles. You're kind of like in the assessment stage, like being patient to see what happens with it. The sword says that sword suggests that partial measures won't work right now. You need to make a definitive strike, cutting the cord. The archetype often appears when it is a time to detach from a person, a habit, or a self-limiting belief. The power of language, since the sword is linked to the element of air, it emphasizes how you use your voice. Is your truth being delivered with wisdom or just at a sharpness? So, and then at the bottom of the deck, which is kind of like it provides like the shadow of the understanding of the root, the entire reading. It's like the story that's going on behind the curtains. And I got the orphan. And from the bottom of the deck, so this card often points to feeling of being like untethered, excluded, or lacking a home for your ideas, like the Five of Pentacles. The underlying motivation, while the card, the mystic being on top, the kiss, and then the sword, they look very powerful and decisive, but the orphan at the foundation suggests that a surge of clarity is born out of the period of isolation. It's the catalyst. So it says that you may have felt like an outsider, whereas if your previous tribe or structure no longer fits, like maybe you've noticed that friend groups fading away and new ones are coming in that are more serving for that serve you, and whatever it is no longer serves you is being removed. Um, the sense of not belonging is exactly what pushed you towards the mystic, the self-reliance. And because you felt orphaned by a situation or a mindset, you were forced to find your own light. The strength of the sword in this reading is likely a protective measure to ensure that you never feel vulnerability again. So the integration of the shadow. The orphan acts like the why behind the what. It's from loneliness to sovereignty. The transition from the orphan at the bottom to the mystic shows a massive evolution. That you are moving from the abandoned child archetype into the wise seer, the search for the connection, where the kiss becomes even more significant here. It suggests that the union you're finding isn't just one or with another person, but a reconciliation with the parts of yourself that felt left behind. Kind of like forgiving things from your past in order to be able to move forward. That's how I kind of looked at that. The final synthesis is so the presence of the orphan suggests that your current path toward clarity, finding the clarity with the sword, isn't just about a project or a simple decision. It's about finding your own center when you don't feel supported by the external world. We don't need validation. But you're cutting your own path with the sword because you realize that the only true home is the one that you create through your own spiritual authority. I guess it's like, does the orphan energy feel like it's describing a past situation that you're moving away from, or a current feeling of going it alone? Right? That's a good question. So it's like you're coming out of the void into isolation. But I feel like Spirit's saying not to do this because there's another external force energy that's living and trying to connect with you. But as long as you're holding on to the past versions of yourself, it's not. You need to be able to open yourself back up, get to the clarity of what it is that has you feeling this way. All right. and use the sword to do it, to find the clarity. And then from the Wild Whispers Wisdom, I got courage. I got trust and grounding. So I'm going to say take the courage within you to trust the fact of opening yourself back up, by getting yourself out of the void. Work on your shadow sides, the courage, so it's like you're being your own roadblock at the moment, preventing some other energy to come through. So you need to cut through that clarity. Courage, and to trust the process. Sit with yourself, even just a minute a day, a minute and 30 seconds a day, more preferably, to explore how you feel, and maybe write down how you feel, the feelings of your body, like each thought. Because, like, say it's a relationship and you're sitting with in the void, and you get this inner thought of like of something about another person, it makes your heart patter. Put that down in the journal. Well, what else did you feel with that pitter patter, right? And trust the feelings that come with it. In grounding, it's very important to stay grounded as well. And then from the Alice in Wonderland, Kassir. So there's discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. You're discovering that you're becoming a new person. Like the old version of you is fading away. In uncertainty, choose who you will become. It's time to step on the chariot, right? Pick a path. Can't live in two timelines. I just did this energy earlier today. Following along with the mystic, the kiss, and the sword. Coming out of isolation, opening your heart center back up for this energy that's trying to come through. Courage to do so. Trusting the process and grounding yourself in order to make this happen. It's going to take a lot of strength. In the recent past, you may have encountered an emperor. An emperor is some kind of authority figure. Or there is an emperor authority figure that's concentrating on some kind of home life that you have, or it's going to affect some home life. And this emperor could very well be the person that's coming into, or you could see that emperor, someone who's trying to build their own empire. Different energy, as you put yourself into a different home environment with more energies that are more serving to you. But the challenge is this Queen of Cups energy, someone who's tapping into your intuition, almost like you already know what's going to happen. Trust yourself if your intuition is strong. Next immediate energy. There's a lot of optimism. Yeah, something that's going to be illuminated. Promising outcome that's going to be okay. Almost like an opportunity that's going to be beneficial. The external influences, how you've been collaborating with other people, working with them, whether it be in a group setting or counseling a mentor of some sorts. And you're aware that you need to keep your boundaries. You already see through the bullshit. You see, it's almost like your mind has like a precision tool that cuts through the bullshit, sees the possibilities that other people can't see. Keeping the boundaries, which you're unaware of. Most of you need to pay attention to somebody in your friend group or a relationship that you have with somebody. King of Cups is somebody who has accepted his situation for what it is. He's a lonely king, but he's okay with that because he's able to get this stuff done. More mature and aware that you need to keep your emotions under control while things get heavy. Stay centered and grounded. Like that card says, grounding is important. You may feel overwhelmed. You fear that the situation is going to be overwhelming, that you're not going to make the right choice. So you have a lot of anxiety over it. But you've been learning. You're learning stuff from the situation, from these changes, the shift that's happening, whatever it is that's going on. You're learning, and it's like you're doing better than you realize. And your guidance is to put down the wands of the past. You can't let the past refine you. You can't let it be what bogs you up, what shuts you down. Find a way to work through that, the mystic, work through that void, through that temporary space, and allow somebody to come in and hold your hand and help you, not to let you know that it's okay. Vulnerability, right? And that does take a lot of strength. So, what's the advice then, Spirit? What's the advice for the collective? What's the advice after putting down the wands? Peaceful. Sitting down with somebody, whoever this energy is, or even with yourself, and like that moment where you pull your mind and your heart together, if they're at odds with each other, not knowing what to do. And make that necessary decision. So what is this decision? What's the outcome? What the outcome be? The outcome is accepting this partnership, whether it be platonic or romantic or friendship or business, or you accept it. You open yourself back up and you trust the process, not letting your past trauma bond you. The Wheel of Fortune. If you don't make that decision, if you don't do it, the universe is going to help you make you do it for you. So what's it look like after that? What's it look like? Going on a self-discovery journey, seeing through the illusions and watching all the possibilities and the options come your way. Going through this tower moment, shedding the old you, the new version of you on a self-discovery journey, realizing that there is more possibilities and options out there. What can we do to get through the anxiety? What can we do to bridge to get through? Bridge to get through. working on the new you, self-care, self-love. Breathing every new you, allow it to happen, trust the process. You're going through a void right now. But once you come out of this transformation and you get to the kiss, this is when you let things happen. Cutting through all the chaos, the clarity, keeping your emotions under control through the heavy energy of it all. It's okay to be scared, but I feel like you have connections that are going to help you out of this dark place. The ones that help you out of a dark place are the ones that are showing you who your true friends are. You don't have to be stuck. It's a self-limited. Yeah. You know how I look at it? Surrender it to your higher power. Close your eyes and pray for, put your hand in your higher power's hand. Lead the way with blind faith and take that leap. Because you have the tools of what it takes. Backstory. You've been stuck. You've been stuck because you've been clinging onto an energy for so long. Learning the truth. Surrendering the outcome. And watch the old fall away so the new can come in. And that's by taking actions with your tools. And that is, either way, you're going to find your peace, the ultimate happiness, family life, the love, the caring. You don't have to search for joy. You don't have to search for happiness. It's supposed to come naturally. But you have to shed the old and trust the process of becoming new. It's an angel message. And so I pulled from Ganesha Whispers of Lord deck, and it spit out a few. So for the closing energy, we got divine support. If you like sports, divine support. So you're definitely being, your decision making is totally, they approve. They're going to support you no matter what. And then you got belonging, and I'll read the definition. I'll read it. I don't have my magnifying glass to see the tiny little print, so I pulled it up on my device. But we have belonging, a sense of belonging. And here's that surrender. Here's that healing from the mystic to the kiss to the sword. And for your outcomes, the embracing the outcome, surrendering it. So what do I have? So the foundation, divine support and belonging. The reading opens with a strong sense of security. Divine support indicates that you aren't walking your path alone. There's an invisible safety net beneath your current projects. When paired with belonging, it suggests that the support often manifests through your tribe, your soul tribe, or community. Which would be your Four of Wands. It's a reminder that finding the place among like-minded people that serve you, that match your energy. Like-minded people provides the energetic fuel needed for growth. And then the transition from this surrender and healing. The middle of the sequence asks for a release of control, surrender This isn't giving up, it's about giving over. The heavy lifting of to the universe is the act of dropping the mental burden of how things will work out. Healing is healing by surrendering the need to control every outcome. Sometimes we have to accept the fact that we can't have control over everything. You create the space necessary for emotional and spiritual recovery. This card often appears when a cycle of stress is ending, allowing your energy to return to a state of balance. And so, for the outcome, we have embrace. The final energy is embrace. This is a card of total acceptance and integration. It suggests that moving forward with open arms, welcoming the new partnerships, which would be where'd my cards go? Goodness. Welcoming the new partnerships, the kiss, creative ideas or changes in your environment without the hesitation. It signals a yes to the opportunities currently presenting themselves. The sequence moves from the external strength, support, belonging, through the internal release, surrendering, healing, to full integration of the embrace. It's a gentle nudge to stop pushing so hard and start allowing the current to carry you towards the collaborative or personal goals that you've been nurturing, which is your Empress. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you find the confirmation clarity that you were looking for. Please don't forget to utilize thumbs up. There you go. You got your empowerment. You're totally being supported and guided by the universe and the divine. Trust the process. Trust that no matter which outcome you choose, it's going to be the right outcome. And so please don't forget to utilize the thumbs up, thumbs down. Take what fits, leave the rest for what don't. And you guys, good luck. And I will see you guys in the next.